It's going down like this, motherfucker.
This shit is crazy. The following. This shit is crazy.
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was horn. Hump, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Shit. Bar, bet the bar, off time. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money. Boy, I'm hungry as a hog needs slop Jesus. Shit, gotta be a Jesus, cause too many black folks.
For what he has, he says, for what he has, he says that the only way, for what he has, he says that the only way that we can, for what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and trying.
Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man. Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man.
I'm trying to told you just with Herman, man.
Yeah, well. Gotta get a piece of my.
This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying.
I just left a light in this bitch. I'm finna hit the fuck up.
Yeah. A little like magic. Said it feels like magic.
Your feet. He looked down, seen his feet. The nigga went berserk. Killed the monkey. Threw the bat out the window. Start kicking that bitch in the air.
Say anyway, but I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously in no time switch its rotation also, because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously. Can you?
You don't understand.
Group of you together, you never can tell who's who. I've seen a lot of black guys, Nipsey, but you're overdoing.
It's cool enough just being cool, like I am.
I mean, TikTok. A lot of the white content creators on TikTok get all of their dances from the black content creators.
You're a philosopher?
Yes.
You're a philosopher?
Yes.
You're a philosopher?
Yes.
I think very deep. You're a philosopher?
Yeah.
I think very deep.
I mean,
Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama, and you.
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
What the hell you want here, hunky?
Nigga. Don't know me, want it. Nigga. To be rude. To be rude. To be rude. I don't mean to be out of line.
What's all that noise? What's all that noise? What's all that noise? Oh, that's his dad.
Your lines are still open. Oh shit, you can get it, nigga. You wanna get it?
To my word, to my word, to my word. Used to snort cocaine, now I fiend for the check, yeah. Used to snort cocaine, now I fiend for the check, yeah. That's the difference when you're my baby. That's how it is when you're.
The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black. The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass. And then
Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come. Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come. Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come. I hit the loot juice, it pulls up in the dude. I hit the loot juice, it pulls up in the dude.
Like I said, you go to the history of European civilizations. 250 years is how long they last before they implode because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
Nigga. Nigga. Lean and buck, lean, 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 lean and buck, lean.
To the east. Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins, and I am that one and only Galactic Daddy-O, welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. I guess that's my motherfucking cue to come on in. It's a lot more than this. This can't be right. But anyway, you know how I start. You know, what is the word the young people use? I'm trying to get lit. Every day I'm lit. You can't tell me shit, because every day I'm lit. I don't want to be lit every day. The shit I did earlier definitely wasn't lit. So what makes me lit now? But anyway, you know I'll start the evening with Great Lakes, Elliot Ness, the nectar of the gods. So pop 'em if you got 'em. Ooh, look at that. That's good. That's good. Let y'all go over there right there. And you know I'm still sucking on Jungle Boys. Jungle Boys. Sour apple killer. Jungle Boys. Damn, I didn't even realize. Jungle Boys. So smoke them if you got them. If you want them. Now, this is what I'm trying to figure out. Right now, it already seems like the games are set. I'm reading this right now, but what I heard was the games is already Michigan plays Alabama and Washington plays Texas. So what is this coaches poll? I saw that this morning, but I just read that the game's already set and that they kicked Florida State out. That it's Texas and Alabama moved up because of the Florida State quarterback and what happened to TCU last year. So what I was told, or what I read earlier, was Michigan is playing Alabama in the Rose Bowl, and then Washington is playing Florida State. I've already predicted it's going to be Washington and Michigan in the championship. It's going to be Washington, Michigan in the championship. Despite Alabama jumping up, it's going to be Washington, Michigan. But what is this? You know, this is, what is this? I haven't read anything else. Let's see. Yeah, see, yeah, I don't know. I think this is wrong right here. I think this is wrong. I think it's Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama. And so Washington and Texas is going to play each other, and then Michigan is going to play Alabama. That's what I read, and that's what ESPN wanted. So I don't know. I guess if I look a little deeper, I can find something else. But that's what I found, which I think is bogus. Okay, right here. Here we go. Right here. This is what it is right here. Why Alabama jumped Florida State in the CFP ratings. Right here it says championship getting left off the top four. The Seminoles lost their quarterback and once Jordan Davis season injury in November and haven't been the same since, but they have won. Backup starter fared admirably filling in, but remainder of Florida's blowout over North Alabama and hard-fought victory over Florida a week ago. So they were down to their third string quarterback. So blah, 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 making it. So as I say, yeah, this kind of says why they didn't make it, but they didn't make it. That's what they're saying right now. Let's see what this is saying. Let's see. Conference results. Noticed college football playoff rankings. Wolverine, Washington. They got Florida State and Texas, but I'm telling you, yeah, this is not right. I'm not saying it's not right, but I'm saying it looks like the playoff picture is already taken. So, yeah, so I will start with that, and I'll start welcoming the party people in. Thought I could catch what was more. Transfer. Yeah, because right here it says Harbaugh to face. Jim Harbaugh said about facing Alabama. Michigan college football third straight season. Last time Wolverines didn't make it. The opponent was Alabama. Now two teams rematch. Number one Michigan is set to take number 4 Alabama on the first as one of the 2 semifinalists. Michigan head coach. Let's see what's more with this. I am not sure if you had a chance to look at the journey Alabama have it so far, but with the quarterback Jalen Rose concerned about adversity he's playing now, especially really dominant. Jim Harbaugh, yeah, he's playing at elite level. So, yeah, so it's already set. Michigan is playing Alabama. Florida State's out. So, yeah, Florida State is out. So, excuse me. So let me welcome in all the party people. Ooh, they got me high in a bitch. I was already high, but PJ Allen, what's happening? And I know you always got your
My bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches?
And I know you definitely got
to have vision.
And y'all know how I get down. I'm on the Galactic Patio, baby. Don't you want to join me?
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic swap.
Definitely, and there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
But you're here for one thing. So me, I can take you. I am here to take you higher. Oh, Royal Bell, what is happening? Yeah, the Packers. And I know you definitely got to have
Vision.
And when I'm on the Galactic Patio, I only do one dance.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic swap.
And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Don't touch my truck, and you're here for me to only take you. I'm here to take you higher. Oh, Chris Matthews, what is happening? I can do this shit all night. I have so much fun. Thank you for joining. And I know you got to have
Vision.
And I know there's only one dance we do on the Galactic Patio.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic.
Ooh, and there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
And you're here for only one reason. I am here to take you higher. Oh, let me see. Be bright. Did I get Dr. Sinister? Yes, Dr. Sinister. Thank you for coming. Oh, this is so fun. I know you definitely got to have
Vision.
And we getting down on the Galactic Patio doing the
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic swap.
And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
And you come here for one thing. Because I am here to take you higher. This shit is so fun. And my main man, B. Brown, what's happening? And I know you definitely got to have
Vision.
And I know you would get down with me on the Galactic Patio doing the
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic swap.
And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
And you're here for me to take you. Now, let me say it. As much as it ails me, I must say it. Now, I saw of my beloved Eagles, and if my Eagles don't win, I don't wear their wear. They don't deserve it. They had no vision. But no, as I said last night, I watched the first and second quarter, and if you remember when the first quarter, when they could have easily scored 2 touchdowns in the first 2 possessions. Remember they kicked those field goals? Remember the possession where Hurts was back there and he ran for some reason 30 yards backwards? Do y'all remember that? Remember I did a thing on John Elway getting sacked in the end zone and causing a safety on purpose. And it was almost like Jalen Hurts did the same thing. He just went really back, really far. Then he took 2 steps forward and just fell down. Put him out of scoring position. And the last touchdown by Samuels. Now, come on. when we see the dive, remember the linebacker dived at him again. I'm gonna say this. Hurts look terrible. He's looked terrible the past 5 weeks. He's not sharp. His receivers are making great catches, but he's not sharp. He hasn't been sharp for 5 weeks. The defense has been carrying him. And I didn't really feel like the defense was, well, I'll say in the first half, I didn't feel like they was exposed. Second half, I watched most of the game on the phone. I could see it, but it's a lot going on while I'm watching it. My daughter had a baton exhibition tonight. So, I was moving watching the second half. I'm sitting in the car trying to watch it on the phone and shit. So it's hard to give evaluations. I did that. Samuels, I saw that on the phone, but I did see the dive that showed. All of a sudden, that team they can't stop them. And, reverses is working. But Hurts just has nothing. He has nothing. I mean, he just doesn't have the timing. And if the receivers don't make good catches, he's not really reliable. But what about the Packers game? This is what kills me. They want this stuff to live. Obviously, it was pass interference. No replay or nothing on pass interference. Remember, when they first put replay in, you could do any play and you could do pass interference. Remember that? The first years of replay, you could do pass interference. Tonight, they can't do it anymore. Remember that? They took that away. And that was on purpose. That was to give you something to talk about tomorrow. I mean, they want these things to live longer than what they live. Deion said something interesting. It's like, when I caught my one touchdown in college to win the game, you got 7 days to live off it. For 7 days, you get to live off it until the next game, till the next game. So, but this is what's cool. Let me find this. Let me show you this. I'm gonna show you one thing that is cool. That is definitely cool going through. Here we go. Here we go, right here. This is gonna mess y'all up. I mean, this is gonna give y'all some hard times. Okay, check this out. All right. Right now, the Eagles are what? 8-2, 9-2. 8-2, 9-2. We play the Cowboys. Okay, even if we lose the Cowboys, we'll be 8-3, 9-3. Look at this. Seahawks, Giants, Cardinals, Giants. So we're going to win them 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to win all them and probably win this game here too. Definitely going to win all these. We got the Giants twice. So you can say what you want. We got the Giants twice, the Cardinals. We got the weakest teams in the league. And not only do we have the weakest teams in the league, we got one away game. What? One away game there. And Eagles and Giants, that's not a away game. Going from Philadelphia to New York ain't really a away game. That's so, all these games is home. This is home. These 3 games is really all home. That's how we finishing up, all at home. So you suckers can say what you want. We got the best schedule leading in, even if they lose to next Sunday, which is doubtful. Oh, what's up? I'm on my Philly to beat that. Yeah, they're going. What's happening, OTF? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining. And I know you got to have
vision.
And I know you'll join me.
Would you like to dance with me during the cosmic slump?
And there's only one rule on the Galactic Patio.
Don't touch my truck.
That's the only rule. But you are here for one thing and one thing only. For me to take you higher. Jews tried to shame us for not picking us in that BS war. Wow. Yeah, I guess that's kind of how it goes. A little bit. Wow. You see these motherfucking people's trying to shame us for not picking a side and that. Well, I think we picked a side. You know, I think we all pick sides. We pick sides with the Palestinians. You know, not Hamas. We pick sides with the Palestinians, with the people. You know, we pick sides with the people. So I don't know who didn't pick sides. I've talked about this for years. What was done over there, the Belfry Act, and how they was able to steal that land. I listen to a history channel. It's just a history channel on YouTube, and you know they talk about man. Maybe I can find this the Khazars. You know what they are, the Khazars. Let me see if I can go into my history and find out about the Khazars. Man, you know, motherfuckers be wanting to hit you for, what was this shit called? I was watching this shit, some history shit a minute ago. How far back I gotta go? But them peoples is the Khazars. You know, like I said, one side you got Muslims, the other side you got Catholics. So it's like, well, this is different. Yeah, right here, the mysterious. You guys can look this up. The mysterious Khazar Empire. That's who they are. They're Khazars. You know, you look this up. This is let me bring this up for y'all. Look up the Mysteries Khazar Empire. You know, this is under Ken's Den. I'm subscribed to a dude named Ken's Den, and this is the Mysterious Khazar Empire. So that's Khazars. You know, so these people, they didn't do any wandering nowhere. This ain't them. If anybody's them, it's the Palestinians. So, we pick sides, where you see all the people wearing the cloth and shit. And I must say, I was kind of surprised that even the Detroit people was like, hey, some of them is Muslims over there getting fucked with. So I was like surprised that the Detroit people, them Dearborn Muslims, like, hey, other Muslims getting fucked with, we kind of against that. So that was the one cat talking about don't pick sides. I mean, I've talked about for a while, the atrocities that have been given there. Spike Lee should have made a movie instead of South Africa. He should have been made a movie about them. And that should have been that movie should have been equal. It should have been a couple places where we should have stopped trading. Stop doing trade with. That's what a lot of it is. Remember, that's what it do the right thing, or that's when school days. Remember, they wanted to stop doing trade. The school was doing business with South Africa. How many schools you think do business with them peoples? Probably all of them. All of them investing. Man, I'm reading that book called God's Bankers. I mean, these motherfuckers was so deep into moving Nazis and the safety of Nazis and their family. I mean, they had their hand all in it. They had their hand all in that stolen money from them peoples in Europe, from the Jewish faith people in Europe. They had their hands all in laundering that money, some of the art. They had their hands in everything, and it was was able to. And this is what I'll say about them: they was able to destroy the records because they tried to go through all that shit, and they was pretty much able to destroy all the records that the OSS looked through to try to get them and say, hey, y'all helping them Nazis. Because the reason why the Vatican helped the Nazis is because the Nazis was against communism. So, and they thought, and this is where I've heard this, and the first time I've heard this is where the term, the first time I've ever heard that them peoples have come up with capitalism. That's what Pope, whatever Pope was Pope during World War II. He was the one that came up with the term that them peoples came up with capitalism. What they teach you in the class, John Smith and shit, or whatever Smith was named. But isn't that interesting? Them peoples came up with capitalism. And what has to happen? Ghettos. You got to have the rich. You got to have the working poor. So, Chiefs was in everybody's parlay. They had to kill it. Now that's a good point. That's a good point with the money. Is you saying we helped you? In your cases, you expected to help us? Not really. Not really. One thing that you got to remember, and you can just do your own study on this. Who do you think we burned out? Who do you think we burned out in the riots in the 60s? Who do you think got burned out? See, they don't want to talk about that. Who was the main leeches on black society when it was like when it was segregation, we had our own black towns? Who was the one peoples that was in there trying to make money, take money out of our pockets and take money away from us? Who was in there? Remember? Right after, we were fighting for integration, then peoples was in there in our neighborhoods. Just like later, they was replaced by many other ethnic groups they would rather give loans to than you. But that's who got burned out in the 60s. In Detroit, they got burned out of the hood. Watts, they got burned out of Watts. All these riots in the 60s where brothers went off, that's who they burned out. They don't want to say that, but that's the businesses that got attacked. They never came back. They never came back. And when I was a boy, they was all around there. They was all up in the black neighborhoods. So we picked a side. We've been picked a side. But see, we're not gonna be fooled. And that's where they step back. They done passed so many laws, and all this. That's where they step back because the world rejected it. The world said, we're not going for your propaganda anymore. We know who you people are, and we're not being fooled anymore. Leave the women and children and the civilians alone. It's easy for the world to see who's a bully. And it's fucked up when the bully is crying foul. The bully is crying, they picking on me. That's what them peoples is doing right now. The bullies is mad because nobody is looking at the bully with any sympathy anymore. I was talking earlier, we gave the bully $56 million per person a couple years ago, and that still ain't enough. Talking about they need more. We've exhausted, the defense system, so you need to send more. They can make machine guns. Why can't they make the rest of that shit? They can only get that shit if we give them to them free or sell it to them. Well, that's enough about that part, but that's true. Never thought. So, you got to, look at our history with them. They never fuck with us after that, unless in entertainment. They got out of our neighborhoods, but they didn't get out of our business. Because look at all of them in the entertainment business. It's like, okay, well, we may not be in your neighborhood to sell you a shirt or make you some shoes, cobble you some shoes, but if you getting in this entertainment. I mean, why do you think they came on Kyrie so hard? Who do you think started basketball in America? Who do you think? And why do you think they controlled the Globetrotters real quick? Why? Because the Globetrotters were really called the Savoy Five from Chicago. They were starting to be their own pros playing other cities. And the Jewish faith cat kind of bought them out. Took over. Jewish faith folks created a lot of basketball. They created almost all the early leagues, other than the leagues that our people we created for ourselves. But most organized, it was them. It's look up pro baseball where you see how many House of Davids pro baseball teams you'd find. I mean, just look that up. Look up the House of David pro baseball teams. It's gonna pop up for you. So that's why, they've always ruled pro basketball. That's their baby. Pro basketball is the Jewish faith people's baby. And if it wasn't for Stern going into isolation, remember, Stern is the one that Kareem should have been the MVP in the 79 championship where the Lakers beat. Kareem dominated that series. And then Kareem sprained his ankle. And then they let Magic score 42. And it was Stern's idea to Magic only played one outstanding game. And from that one game, they took the MVP from Kareem and gave it to Magic. And he built it on Magic and Bird because he saw the numbers that Magic and Bird gave the NCAA. He saw what they did to the NCAA. Still, I think to this day, that was still the most watched college game of all time, I think. So that's why he used them. And then, when he saw Michael Jordan, he's like, okay. And as I said before, the prototype is a 6'6" dude. Elgin Baylor, Dr. J. I mean, Stern would have pushed Dr. J. He needed Dr. J to make the merger come through. That's why he went to Philadelphia. I mean, I don't know what Magic... Like, I was reading some shit where Dr. J saw that his contract was foul. He saw that his agent really worked for the Carolina Cougars, or the Virginia Squires, excuse me. And Dr. J tried to get out of his contract in the courts. Where he didn't get good representation in the courts. He went to Atlanta and signed a contract with them. Was going to play with the Hawks, and they vetoed his contract, so he's forced to go to New York. Because Virginia Squires, I think, turned into the Carolina Cougars. It's about to go bankrupt, so they took bread for selling Dr. J to New York. And it was what, 6 teams with final ABA. That last year. Remember, when you see the dunk contest, they playing it's everybody. Like when you look at David Thompson, he got his jersey on. It was everybody against the first place team, and the first place team was Denver. The Nuggets with David Thompson and Issel and Bobby Jones. Shit, David Thompson was a motherfucker. At 6'3", he was the closest thing to the mini goat. Him and mini goat was probably really close in size. So, they're supposedly chosen people. They meet us, protect them. Yeah, sure, exactly. Well, they worship Yadaboeth. They worship Marduk, jealous God, the God that knows no other gods but it. Come on, that don't sound like a God. A God doesn't have to proclaim anything. And that's the problem. God doesn't really need to send messages through written word that men write down. You can get inspiration just from the God without anything. Any record of just, so that's what real spiritual systems is. And that's what's interesting. My wife and I think she looks at religion as spiritual. And it's a difference between being religious and being spiritual. It's a total religion. Because, being spiritual is no attachment to dogma. Now, being religious, you're attached to dogma. I mean, no matter kind of how you look at it, you're still attached to certain dogmas. Now, you may not study these dogmas yourself or often, but you're still tied to it because you give your energy to a certain thing. And that's just kind of how it works, how it is. So when you're being spiritual, you're not tied to anything. Your mind could be, open to many different possibilities. You're your own practice. You create your own new spiritual thing. So. Jack Billows, T was being successful. Shit part of the season. What's happening? Thank you for joining. And to be up this late, you definitely got to have
vision.
And please join me on the Galactic Patio doing the
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic slump.
And there's only one rule on the Galactic Patio.
Don't touch my truck.
And I know you are here truly to get. Oh, there's my main man from Saipan. L. Reborn Amaroon Khan. What is happening? And I know you definitely got
to have vision.
And you don't mind joining me, getting funky on the
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic slump.
And you know the one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
And you are here for one thing. I am here to take you higher, baby. Fun. Oh, this shit is fun. Okay. They're supposedly God's chosen people. They need us. Exactly. Part of the script. They're going to, like, already we got 2 deaths from Minnesota. So I think it's going to be one more death from Minnesota and might give them, putting them in the finals. They might give it to us. They might give it to us because we did win because of the Lakers. And that puts us still in the winning. So I wouldn't be surprised this is the year they let the Timberwolves go through. Think about it. They had Memphis and Ja Morant on the ropes a few years ago. They really could have beat them. They could have won that series then. And I'm gonna say again, I'm gonna have to break down and get Bally's, but because it looks like they're a little more solid. My Wolves ain't playing, or my Wild, they ain't really having a good season. They done fired the coach and shit. But what surprises me is how well Towns and Rudy are playing. Rudy's getting up and down. Rudy's getting a lot of offensive rebounds. Guinea gonna get blocks. Towns is really playing well in the 4. A lot better than I thought. But it's Ant the next Jordan in the league. Ant is a motherfucker, Ant is taking everybody and their mama. But what I've said before is, when Nas comes in, I really like Nas and Towns together because Towns really wants to play 4. Nas wants to be a 5. But both of them can spread the court because Nas is what? He's a 38, 39%, I think, 3-point shooter. So Nas can consistently make those as well as Towns. And both of them can put the ball on the floor. Nas is a better 5 and can defend a 5. So I really like when they put Nas and Towns on the court. It's a really good combination. They're not playing Nas and Rudy together because that Nas is not really a 4, but it's really working when Rudy gets tired. Nas is a great person to take a break. And people forget. Did y'all see where McDaniels is 6'10 or 6'11 now? Did y'all see that? Where McDaniels grew, I think he's 6'10 or 6'11. So you've got a 3 that's 6'10. He's 6'10 or 6'11 at a 3 and can guard everybody. McDaniels can guard everybody. Now, Conley, come on, anybody can play. That other dude, they bringing him off the bench. He's a lot better. The cat they bringing off the bench is a lot better than Conley, I'll say. But they're pretty solid this year, and we'll see. We'll see how they'll do in the tournament. T. Wilson Celtics, okay. Looks like that's for Cat sacrifice. Well, it's been a lot of sacrifices this year. It's really been a lot of sacrifices. So yeah, I think it's going to be one more Minnesota sacrifice. Celtics win. T-Wolf Celtics win. I wouldn't disagree with that because it is going to be about the Celtics lost last year, what they lost a couple years ago too. So it might be something to that. But I came on a little early tonight. Yeah, I came on a lot earlier and shit. Yeah, I've got 45 minutes in already. Because like I said, I've been gone. I really did eat the last game. We went straight from we had to pick up my mother. And so we left. Shit, the Eagles, we watched, trying to think. Yeah, going to pick up my mother, I watched the end of the Eagles game. I was watching the Eagles game in the car on the phone. And by the time we picked up my mother, we had so we had to go to the store to get some groceries. I had to pick up some beer because I knew by the time we got done on Sundays up here, we under blue law. So the stores only stay open till the beer stores only stay open till 6. So I knew I had to get beer before so we did a little shopping and then we went and, I was watching it because it was taking them forever to, so I was watching it on my phone. And then my brother-in-law, of course, I fuck with him when the Cowboys lose. So he texts me and shit. He's like, hey, what happened? So I kind of like, yeah, it didn't look good at all. I thought Hurst was hurt. And then I turned and I was like, oh, okay, I guess he's not hurt. So, I want to see the Skechers. Yeah, Wear Testers did some shit about Skechers. I was in the Mall of America and I saw them and I didn't go over there and look at them. Skechers is making hoop shoes. Let me see if I can bring it up and just show you a picture of them. I don't want this motherfucker to be mad at me and shit. But at the Mall of America, I saw them. They had a whole article about Randall. And I know Read My Soul is cool with him. So here's one of them. And so, this is, I'll say your name in a minute. I forgot. I'm sorry, my man. I'll look in a second. But this is what they look like. And, Skechers are known for really comfortable. Looking here, I don't know about that. That's looking pretty cheap. Okay, that's looking pretty cheap, too. Goodyear. Oh, they got Goodyear rubber. Goodyear makes good rubber. Where's the other one? Oh, that really looks cheap. Durable mesh with 4-foot lockdown, hot melt overlays for stability and support. Hyperburst. I'm going to go try a pair of these. I'm going to go back out to the Mall of America and I'm going to try on a pair of these. So if you wasn't hip to Skechers and Goodyear's what's in Doc Martens. You know, Timberland doesn't use Goodyear. If y'all didn't know that. All you niggas is Timberland. You know, I got one pair of Timberlands, but Timberlands doesn't use Goodyear, or do they use a good process to put their boots together? It's like what is it, Jordan 3s? You know, the old Jordan 3s. I was watching this like, yeah, we don't sell them because if the bottom's gonna fail. You know, the air unit is gonna fail. Isn't that the Jordan 3s, Jordan 4s? The air unit will fail. So wear testers, yeah, it's wear testers. Don't get me. I just showed the Skechers. You know, I'm not trying to make money. I guess I should have monetized last night, but I don't monetize. But I was at the Mall of America and noticed they had them. So for those of you that like that kind of shit, let's see. Let's see if we can find this shit. Tell you some bullshit. Today. I want to see that sack. Yeah, it was a lot of bullshit today. But Debo Samuels, that end run was like super ridiculous. It was super ridiculous. Let's see if we can get some of this bullshit out of here. Let it go. It was super ridiculous. I cool on them joints. The basketball shoes are more stylish shoe. We don't support them for performance. That's a good point. That's a good point. Don't forget he gave up 8 family members. Damn. I didn't remember that OTF. I'm cool with them joints. The basketball shoes are more stylish, so we don't support them for performance. That's a good point. I don't hoop in none of my shoes. Yeah, that's a good point. I just walk in my shit, you know. At 62, I don't really. Is this where this nigga takes the sack? Early Brown breaks away and gets, a nice run. But, that's just 7-on-7 shit. When you see that shit, I mean, he holds the ball. Like, you can tell he's bad with the script because he holds the ball too long. Like, when he gets sacked, see, he holds the ball. And you can see when he wants to score, like the first time, I want to see if they show this where he takes this 30-yard loss. He took like a 15, 20-yard loss and didn't have to. Is this it? Let me see. But this nigga just kept running backwards. Okay, this was a bad pass. Where Brown, it was a bad pass. And they got the first field goal. Some bullshit. And that's why I say they be trying not to score. It be plays where they try not to score. And I don't know, the defense was real sus today. And I don't know. I was trying to find his drop back, though. Where he did that shit, I was like, okay. This nigga just fell. Like, he literally was one rusher running at him, and he fucking fell down. Like, that's some bullshit. One rusher, and you fall down in front of that one rusher. And they didn't do anything. Again, it's hard for me to evaluate because I was watching. I watched the first 2 quarters. And they was pretty. The game, San Francisco had a little bit of a lead, but it wasn't much. Not the way the game turned out. And, see, they skipped it. They skipped his fucking sack. Oh, yeah. Wait, is it this here? Yeah. Yeah, they skip his sack. Look at this shit. They skip his sack, and they go right into the extra point. Ain't that some shit? I wanted to see that sack again. Show y'all how fake it is. They skip. Look at this. Let me show you what they did. Here they go. They skipped the sack, and this is what they show you next. Just to show you. This is second down. Second down where he completed the pass. They didn't show this nigga sack. They suck. They ain't show his sack because he got sacked on purpose. They suck. So, let me see if they show Samuel's run. Let me see. Because Samuel's run, again, was that bullshit we already see. When you see somebody dive, when you see NFL players dive, that tells you it's fake. When you see him dive, let's see. Oh, is that it, Samuels? Did he get his run there? Yeah, this is Samuels. Okay, right here. I'm going to show you guys. Right here. This is the moment where you know it's fake. Look at this. Look at this. He's in the position to do the the TV. I call it the TV, the movie dive. You see this? He's preparing. He's not preparing to tackle him. He's preparing to dive at him. So and look at all these other guys. Ain't nobody else touching him. But right here, this is all you need to know. Right here, if you think this game was real, look at that. He didn't even touch him. TV dive. Look at this. Don't even touch him. Doesn't even touch him. Where did TV dive go? He didn't even touch the dude. Where's Samuels go? But every time you see that dive, you know. When you see the dive, you know it's not real. So, and as I said, watching it on the phone, it's hard to evaluate. Again, I only watched the full game, full time, on the first 2 quarters, and then we started moving around. We had to go prepare because we had to pick my mother up to take her. And I must say, my daughter is getting better at baton. She's getting a lot better. The girls that are good are really good. It was a good presentation. And it's funny, I've said this before, again, I am the holder of the sacred infinite ball game. And even though it's not a ball involved, it's still activity. And it's still activity practice in a gym. So that's the sacred ball field, baby. So anything you practice in the sacred ball field, I am interested in. Field hockey, kickball inside, it doesn't matter. All of this charges me up, and I love all of it, the presentation, because they practice in the sacred ball field, excuse me. And it's really it's funny. My daughter was born to do baton. Me being a receiver and the muscle memory that it takes to catch a baton, like some of the girls can actually juggle the batons 3 at a time. And it's the same skill. It's really the same skill as when something goes up in the air and you have to briefly follow its flight, but yet do what else you have to do, flip, spin, and then come down and catch it with your fingers. You have to see yourself catch it. Now, I'm going to admit my daughter was cheating a little bit. She was cheating a little bit. She was catching it with 2 hands because she won't grab it. So, she's got a little confidence thing because they get nervous when they're in front of people. When she had her solo, she really rushed it. But, and actually she didn't drop it because she was catching it with 2 hands, which, you'll get deducted. You got to learn to snatch it because the captains were doing that shit. And it's the same skill as catching a ball. Like, even if you throw it in the air and where you see it, you have to, what I used to call, when you catch the ball, you catch it with your eyes. You catch it, your eyes, you catch it with your eyes. And that's the same thing they do. Like they do a thing where she throws this shit in the air, she does a spin and she lays down and then she catches that motherfucker. She did one so perfect. She threw it up in the air. She did a roll where she rolled to sit down. And when she sat down, that motherfucker came right to her and she snatched it. That shit is good. And, I appreciate because catching it it's the same thing, using your hands to catch something that's moving while you're moving takes a skill. So my daughter was born for that shit. So whatever she wanted to do, I tried to get her to hoop, but she didn't want to hoop. So, there is my other main man from the Badlands. We got Bishop Mac Bone. And he always controls his bitches.
My bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches? What?
And he definitely got
to have vision.
And we know he would definitely get down with me on the Galactic patio doing the one and only.
Would you like to dance with me during the cosmic song?
Ooh, ah. And there's only one rule that he has to abide by.
Don't touch my truck.
Don't touch my truck. And you are here for me to... Yes, I am here to take you higher, baby. Thank you for coming in. So, and I'm going to tell y'all, y'all go watch that shit Shift. Go watch that movie Shift. If y'all, watch that shit and tell me what you think about that and how it relates to, us and everything. Man. Do I dare? Do I dare? Do I dare? Do I dare? They be getting mad at a nigga. Nigga be playing this old shit. Nobody gives a fuck. But I might can sing it for you. Let's go. I think I know the lyrics. Oh, look how. Let me see who's starting. Let me give you a little bit. Oh. Baby, baby, you don't understand how much I love you, baby, and how much I want to be your only man. Oh, baby, ooh, oh, baby, ooh, ooh, ooh. And baby, 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 you don't have to go. Stay a little longer, baby. I want to talk to you just a little more. That's that pimp music that y'all don't know nothing about. Oh. The originals, baby, is Baby I'm For Real, but by the originals, not by Babyface Brother, but by the originals. And if you want to know the truth about it, girl, I just can't live without it. That's why I'm dedicating my love to you. I want to live my whole life with you. Oh, that pimp music, that high vibrational, which gives you vision. Debo not fast either. Lando Magic look good this year. I don't know. Where do you think? I don't know. Like his arm has been about to go through the second Tommy John, which they can do forever. They ain't talking about giving him $500 million, $500,000. No, $500 million. They talking about giving him $600 million. Yeah, $500 million. So I don't know. Is he really that good? He played the least. Like he was the nigga that played the least amount of games to get the MVP. He played the least amount of games to get the MVP. So, did that really deserve the MVP? So I don't know. I don't think so. He really shouldn't have got it. But they pushing just like they pushing basketball. That foreign shit. Foreigners can't do no wrong. And we know, they're even more taught than American gave the world all the sports. And they gave Japan, Korea, baseball, after World War II. Europeans got to have some recreation. Like some shit they invented. They didn't invent shit. They copied shit. And then took credit and made money on it. That's what I was saying. They killed the semi-pro leagues. Semi-pro was everywhere. People like that's another reason why the NBA came into existence is to kill semi-pro. Like even before the ABA, like if you look at why Abe Saperstein tried to do the ABL the year he did it, he was supposed to get the West Coast franchise, and they gave it to the people from Minneapolis. They let the Lakers go out there. So he was pissed. So he created his own league, but it burned and flamed out. He only had a couple solid things, and the ABA lasted 10 years, and the ABA did the same plan that the AFL did. Is like make it a bidding war, make it a bidding war. And once you make it a bidding war, they'll have to. It'll be cheaper for them to bring us in than to fight with us. So. That's what they end up doing. Goddamn, we have debauchery that I don't know about. Y'all, we got debauchery that I don't know about. So let's hear about debauchery in Minneapolis. This is some debauchery I didn't know nothing about. So I'm going to let them tell about the debauchery.
This turned into a fatal shooting early this morning.
Minneapolis police say 2 people are dead and an employee was injured. Fox 9's Rose Schmidt is live for us tonight. And so, Rose, this incident is drawing some questions from parents and students on the U's campus nearby.
Yeah, and Minneapolis police saying, thankfully, no students from the U were injured in this shooting. The shop's owner also telling us off camera that this was terrifying for his 3 employees who were inside at the time. MPD still piecing together what happened here, but telling us that the injured employee did not fire shots in this incident. In the Dinkytown area, just off the U's campus,
This campus, like, you shouldn't have to worry about this stuff.
the neighborhood woke up to the news that a double homicide happened overnight.
We received a safety notification, which is like the campus's security notifications, and it just said that there was a shooting that occurred like in this area and that the police are looking into it.
Minneapolis police say around 2:15 a.m. they arrived at this smoke shop near 4th Street and 14th Avenue. Officers found 2 men in their 20s who had fatal gunshot wounds, plus an injured employee.
Preliminary information indicates that there was an altercation between 2 groups of customers inside the store that escalated to gunfire.
Investigators are still working to determine who was shooting and how many shots were fired. Parents at the U, meanwhile, are calling for an increased police presence in this area.
As students and business owners, any stakeholder in Dinkytown, they have a right to be kept safe.
The Campus Safety Coalition, a nonprofit made up of parents and other stakeholders, has been working with MPD and campus police to reduce crime in this area.
This is sort of the worst thing that we thought was going to happen. It was just a matter of time before it would, and now it has.
MPD says several types of crimes, including assaults, burglaries, and shots fired calls, are all down in the Marcy Homes neighborhood, which includes Dinkytown. But they say officers are taking this investigation seriously amid their limited resources. Students.
Limited resources? Oh, so they don't take other crimes seriously? Limited resources, all brand new cars. So it doesn't look like limited resources to me. They still starching and they'll clean their uniforms. They all got guns and all the equipment. So what is she talking about? Limited resources. That's bullshit. That's an excuse not to do, that's the press excusing them for not doing their job.
Tell us they're glad to hear none of their university classmates were injured, but they wish the alert sent out from campus had offered more details.
I felt like there wasn't enough information to make me feel safe and secure on campus. It was very vague, and it definitely made me really want more information from the people that are trying to keep us safe on campus.
Parents say they'll be asked.
I must admit, this chick is kind of ugly. So for on the news, she's an ugly chick. She's got a long, big head. It's really long, like a long face. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all would smash, though. I know some of y'all, I had to pass. This chick is not cute. So let's leave. She's not cute, y'all. I know some of y'all like, I would smash. Greedy political always have excuses. But I'm doing well, I'm doing real well. I had a good day, I love the people that love me, and I spread joy. That's what I was trying to do today, dealing with my youngin'. And my wife. It's cool. It's really cool. Goddamn. Like, man, these motherfuckers they find the goofiest ways to kill themselves. Okay. Like, well, how do you get in this shit? Like, how do you kill yourself like this, y'all? Okay. I'm gonna let them tell it. How do you kill yourself like this? This is debauchery.
18-year-old dead at a state park after becoming trapped in a landslide.
This happened in Minneopa State Park last night around 5 o'clock. Fox 9's Bab Santos is in Mankato with a look at the investigation.
A young man died here on Saturday afternoon, buried alive in Minneopa State Park in what the Blue Earth County Sheriff's Office is calling a landslide.
I've been with Blue Earth County for almost 16 years, and I'm not aware of anything similar.
About 10 minutes before 5 o'clock Saturday, as dusk set in, someone here dialed 911, asking law enforcement to come and rescue a man trapped underneath this mound of fallen earth.
I'm guessing 10 feet wide, but certainly heavy rocks and sand and dirt.
Lieutenant Brian Martin says 30 first responders were at the scene, immediately digging first to find the man and then to get him out. But once out, he was pronounced dead at the scene at 19 years old.
Thank you for calling Minneopa State Park. The trail to the base of the waterfall is closed until further notice.
Park officials confirmed on Sunday those trails were closed and that message was updated after Saturday's landslide. A day after the death, the body of the man killed was said to be on its way to the Ramsey County Medical Examiner's office for an autopsy. Then the Blue Earth County Sheriff's Office will release his name early this week, perhaps as soon as Monday or Tuesday. 2 other people were with the man in the park on the night he died.
They're cooperating with law enforcement. We don't suspect anything nefarious.
Okay, first of all, what the fuck is you climbing up? Because all this shit fell on him right here. You see that shit? This was the wall of whatever the fuck this is right here. All this shit was right there. So he's climbing in something in there. This is all freezing. Why? What the fuck is in there? Like, sometime, you know, niggas, like, why? This is the, like, I hate to say it. This is a European way to die. Only Europeans need to be nosy and shit like this. Come on, let's you know he was a European that died in this. Now I'll say Blue Earth. This is tribal area, but very doubtful it's a tribal person. You know, this was a European and he was fucking with some shit and all this rock fell on him, whatever. You know, these are just boulders and shit. Look at this. Look at all this fell on the motherfucker. Like, that's really bad luck too. Like, he wasn't even in the hole. Like how does the side of a hill fall on you and you ain't even in the hole? Like, wouldn't he have been safe if he was in the hole? Like, he's under here. Like, was he in the hole and that knocked all this down? Like, so I guess some of this was covered, like this is covered, and he got so far and the rest of it fell in on his ass. Is that what happened? I'm guessing. It was like this all looked like that, right? All this was still up there. And so he was so deep and he made a noise or farted or something and the wall fell down on him. Ain't no gold in here. What's in there? Like, why was he going in here in the first place? Let me tell you what, niggas would not go in here. Niggas wouldn't even like look at this, take a second look at it. Like, okay, this is beautiful. Let's go, baby. You know, so yeah, we know who got killed there. That's a stupid way to die, y'all. That's a stupid way to die. See, doing too much bullshit. Exactly. What the fuck are you there for? It's like, man, y'all be like tripping. Europeans be trying to get buried under a mountain. I mean, it's not funny, but it kind of is funny, you know. But like, we don't do that shit.
Like I said, you go to the history of European civilizations. 250 years is how long they last before they implode because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
I mean, they couldn't even leave the cave alone. Like, doesn't anything say leave me alone is this? Like, doesn't this say leave me alone? Just look at me. Don't be trying to go inside and shit and get buried by a wall. Look at how much fell on him. Yeah, like, I know it ain't funny, but this nigga had tons fall on him. I mean, this is tons. It is kind of funny. This stuff, look at all this stuff over here. This is the kind of shit that fell on him. Look at these big boulders. Look at this. This is what fell on this nigga. This nigga looked at that shit and said, well, you know, I need to go in this cave, y'all. What? Come on now. Niggas would not going down here. Matter of fact, we wear our shoes is too good. Even our hiking shoes. We don't want to get dirty walking on some shit like this. Come on now. I'm walking in some shit like this. Ain't nothing to say. Well, you know, it's a little cave down there. Maybe I need to go in. Like, how do you even make this? This is like the worst luck in the world. This is the opposite of winning the lotto. You know, when like 3 or 4 tons fall on you, that's the opposite of the lotto. I'm sorry, it's not really funny, but it is funny because why? Why are you down here with this shit? What down here like, man, I need to be fucking with this. This is like common, like it's really like you have too much time on your hands. Man, get you some women. Shit, you young, you 19, you need to be getting some pussy. Now, if they said, you know, a woman and a dude was in here fucking and the mountain fell on them, that's the way to go. But no, you was by yourself fucking with some shit, and your friends probably was way back here. You know, the friends back here going, "Are you sure?" You know, they sitting on this rock is like, "All right, go ahead. We will watch you." And can you imagine being a friend standing right here? You standing right here and shit, and your main man is like, you know, you can't talk no sense to him. Like, you know, I'm gonna go in there a few feet. This nigga was in 20 feet and the whole side fell on him of 20 feet. He barely was in there. He didn't even know what hit him before the hillside fell on his ass. Like, how unlucky do you have to be where you get killed in a landslide? That is like the Sledge Rock. Do you all know who Sledge Rock was? Now, this is some old shit. Sledge Rock was like, they did in the 60s, maybe the early 70s, late 60s, they did a Flintstones where Pebble was grown and shit. Pebble and Bam Bam was grown. I know a lot of niggas don't remember that shit. But it was where Pebble and Bam Bam was grown, and it was a motherfucker named Sledge Rock. He was the unlucky caveman. Like every time he came around, the flowers died and shit. It was about to be some bad luck kind of happening. You had to be a Sledge Rock to be Sledge Rocked. You have to be Sledge Rock to be Sledge Rocked. Gave y'all a little cartoon history. Yeah, you would really have to be Sledge Rocked to be Sledge Rocked. I know none of my children are this stupid. I mean, this is just plain like, why? And it just shows you how lucky, like if you die like this, you really had no bright future. They just found a way for you to go in the Matrix and like, look, ain't nothing happening with this dude. We might as well kill him with this landslide. I mean, just think. Do you think the landslide would have happened if he wouldn't have been up in there? If him and his friends wouldn't have been up in there, this shit would have never happened. He caused it. By him fucking with this shit, he caused it. So, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be, you know what I say? I don't mean to be. Oh, give me a break, please. Ooh, I'm nice. Nigga, I'm nice, but I don't need to be. No, that ain't it. It's not that one. But I really don't mean to be rude, for real. But I do mean to be out of line. Snuffed up. Oh, here it is. I don't mean to be out of line. I do mean to be out of line. This shit's funny to me. Let me tell you. I work for the water department. I've been in some deep ass holes, okay? I've been in some deep ass holes and I never got hit with a landslide. I did watch a nigga get buried in about 5 foot of dirt, broke his leg. I have witnessed that. A nigga got buried. He was unlucky too. We was all doing little work. He's like, hey, let me do it. And he got to doing that shit, and that shit's like clump up to his neck. This nigga was like to fly. Help me, help me. We started throwing tomatoes at his ass. Like, look at this motherfucker with just a head and shit. No, we didn't do that. We helped him out. But, you know, he just broke his leg because it came in on him, you know. We kind of laughed because he was like, oh, I got it. Well, get it. And he got fucked up. But he lived, you know, he lived. You know, he had a hell of a pimp walk after that, but he lived. He was looking for Bigfoot, man. I don't know what that nigga's looking for. Like, what the fuck could you be looking for? Like, what are you looking for down here? You know, you want to suck on some icicles or some shit? Like, why? Why? This is like the all-time why. Why? Like, how did you even know this shit existed? Like, who told you that this shit was down here and you needed to be explorer? See, that's y'all problem. Y'all want to explore the shit. And the side of a mountain just happened to be the time you was in there. That you's unlucky. You Sledge Rock. You are Sledge Rock. You are seriously Sledge Rock. If it could bad happen, that's you. And that Sledge Rock was beyond karma. He was a motherfucker like, it did not matter. It was not going to be good for you. When he came around, Sledge Rock. Y'all look that up. Matter of fact, Sledge Rock might be on here. Let's see. Let's see where Sledge Rock is. Whoops, it's one word. You know they all got rock names. No. No, it's not doing okay. Oh, here we go. Let's see what that'll bring up. See if that'll bring up the cartoon. They are foul as fuck. Percy Sledge. Warm and tender love. Huh. You know, this made me think of one time I was really proud to be a Negro, colored. And, you know, I remember Percy Sledge, no, Luther Ingram. We was in Winston-Salem at a stadium. Luther Ingram came on. And he started going, he was going, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. If being right means being without you, I'd rather be wrong than a right. Your mama and daddy say it's a shame, it's a downright disgrace. And all the people got up and went right on. And long as I got you by my side, I don't care what the people say. Your friends tell you it's no future to be in love with a married man. If I can't see you when I want, come on, sing it with me. I can see you when I can. All the people was like, right on, right. It was so many people like for adultery. It was like, it was beautiful. A crowd full of people chanting for adultery. I was like, yes. That taught me an early lesson. If I can't see you when I want, I'll see you when I can. I was doing some looking today about my boy. My boy used to walk 5 miles to work, and they bought this nigga a truck. Damn, that's right. Brother Panic died, didn't he? That's the nigga talking about him and Bobby and Hewitt talking about drinking piss. You know, I guess if I was like, yeah, no Sledge Rock. That's interesting. Huh, can't find anything on Sledge Rock. Yeah, drinking piss ain't cool. Well, you know, are you on the drinking your own piss schedule? I guess that's the only shit I could drink, I guess, but yeah, fuck that. Fuck that drinking piss. No, this is interesting. No Sledge Rock. Christmas, you know, they had to put the Flintstones. You know, the Flintstones ain't nothing but the honeymooners. Huh, no Sledge Rock. But he's the bad luck of bad luck, y'all. He is the bad luck of bad luck. How long have I been going? I ain't been going too long. Yeah, I know I be tripping. But you know, my vibration be high, you know. What's this? Okay. Dwayne Wayne slams Gabriel Union for exposing his gay affairs. Dwayne Wayne slams her. Come on. Some people say that Gabriel Union is a dude. She's a dude. I'm a dude. You're a dude. We're all dudes. That's what the rumor was, that she's a dude too. You know, she was bringing on. Damn little fruit fly. Where did you come? Ooh, are we going to Texas, y'all? Who's going to be worse? Texas? I think I did this story. Yeah, I did that yesterday. Of debauchery. Isn't that funny? Philosophy and debauchery. Oh, I want to hear what this punk motherfucker has to say. Man, I'm mad at his ass. You ain't been...
Your wearable health...
What? I want to hear what he got to say, because this nigga, he ain't played worth a damn. Hurst ain't played worth a damn. I want to hear. I'm glad you didn't wear gold or diamonds. You should be embarrassed. Yeah, that's right here. You stink. You stink today. That's right. Right there. That's it. You stink today. Let's hear what you got to say.
How did you feel? Did you feel like something was off, or did you feel fine?
Something off.
It was obviously an assessment in that moment, and everybody was doing their jobs and doing their roles, and I was able to come back when everybody felt like I was ready to.
That's double talk.
I think it might have been a 2-touchdown why they did that when you came back in? Was it important to you just to come back to show everybody you were okay?
And about showing anybody anything. It was more so the game's not over. So, just trying to keep fighting. Keep fighting.
That's a southern accent. Fighting. See, that's an accent.
How disappointed were you that you weren't able to get touchdowns early and you got a couple field goals instead?
Yeah, when you think about how important it is to start fast, and I feel like we started with good rhythm, good tempo, good execution for the.
Okay, what about that 30-yard loss you did? What about that play where it was nobody back there but a slow tackle coming at you and you just fell down? What about that play? They killed that second touchdown, that second attempt to score.
For the most part, and we just kind of weren't able to connect and execute like we wanted to.
But this says it all right here. We ain't got to listen to nothing else. Where was it? Where was it? Where he was holding his nose, showing he stinked. Oh, I can't catch it now. Yeah, I guess I can't catch it. Wow, that's how I had it. But he stank tonight. He stank tonight. I'm cutting him off. He stank. Oh, there it was where he did his nose. Okay. What is this? This shit's brightening, motherfucker. I'm still really. That's a little better. And you see my shelves back there. They light up. I'm going to put the shelves, I think, in here. So. And we're still going to see if we're going to engineer and get this motherfucker out here. So we'll still see. It's still fun, you know. This is still enough. For what I do, this is still all good enough, you know. This is still all good enough. So, you know, he's a good actor. That's what he's showing us. He's a good actor. And that's what we already know. We know they're all good actors. Coach is full of shit. The defense wasn't shit. Damn, Philadelphia it's going to be nice. It's going to be decent here. Every day in December ain't no snow. I had to bring my boots back upstairs. Because, you know, it's like, I'm expecting snow this time of year. So it ain't no snow up here. So thank you, global warming. But one thing I must admit I'm suffering from, this is a time of year where all the grapes is bullshit. Because all the grapes come now, they frozen. Like, I refuse to eat any watermelon. But now when you eat grapes, and I buy grapes like twice a week. But that bullshit they giving us now, where they frozen, they can only give it to us frozen so it makes them mushy. Yeah, they don't last very long. And that's one of my constant things is grapes. But bananas, no problem. So fuck them, I eat bananas. But watermelon up here be some bullshit. It'd be some nasty shit if you try to eat watermelon up here in the winter. And, you know, it's not hard to do. I was thinking about, doing a hustle, growing some vegetables, getting me some, greenhouses and shit. The original house I bought back in 2015, that was the plan. We had boxes, and I was going to turn them boxes into indoors. So, I showed I could grow. Man, I grew so many cucumbers. I know I could have sold cucumbers. I already know how to grow them motherfuckers. I fucked up my onions. I grew an eggplant. I grew a couple of eggplants and shit. So, I can grow some shit. My plants are still hanging in there. This one's in, I want life in this room. So I got one in this room. And the most light is in my daughter's room. So, plants is getting used to being indoors. They was shocked being outside. Storm came after I put them motherfuckers outside. It's like, what happened? We was in the house. What happened? We was in the house. Damn, this nigga don't like us anymore. We're in the storm. And then it hits them. Oh, well, we're fucking plants, and we're supposed to be outside. So you get to spend 4 months outside. That's a good deal. And I wish I'd have brought at least one of my grass plants inside. I still might, because they're still alive. They just go to sleep. And I mean, some of my grass plants, their stalks are like huge. They did so well. And they just go to sleep. They don't die. They just go to sleep. Like the grass in your front yard. My grass plants is the same way. I know y'all like the A&T shit. I only got a couple A&T hats. This is like very limited. I don't even know where my varsity jacket is. It's the old A&T hat. So, this hat's got character. But it's A&T, nigga, if you didn't know. So, I do show them too. Good. Not know a lot of bullshit in the world. Yeah, they say Israel's new renewed attack on Hamas intensifies. So they traded people and they say, okay, we're going to start genocide all over again. Yeah. What does he say? My name is the one. Some people call me the funk. Oh, okay. Police cracking down on sex menus. Damn, Texas, goddamn. This is some debauchery, y'all. This is definitely debauchery. Told you, Texas is debauchery. Look at this funny mug, though. This mug is funny. Yesterday, he was out in the field, and he looked mad in the motherfucker. You could tell he had a couple of drinks and shit with his fake-ass hair. Like, why do you got to have fake hair? But let's go.
Southeast Dallas, police telling us 4 people dead, including a 1-year-old child. This after someone shot them inside a home there. This happened all on Royce Drive. This is south of I-20. Our Olivia Leach, she is live at that scene right now. Olivia, police still investigating on site there, but we understand there's even more victims.
Olivia's cute. She's cute. Ooh, Olivia. Let's go.
That's right, Steve. This
Tell
is
us.
about as close as we can get to the scene of the shooting, as
That's
it's still
fucked
an
up.
active investigation. As you mentioned, police tell us 5 people were shot inside a home here on Royce Drive a little after 4 p.m. this afternoon. We're now learning 4 of those victims have died from their injuries. And police say the suspect is still on the run.
Why did they kill a baby?
Dallas police tell us when officers arrived on scene, they found 5.
See, it's probably Hamas. Remember Hamas was killing babies, or there was them people's killing babies. Let's go. Sorry, I'm talking.
5 people shot inside a home on the 9700 block of Royce Drive. Police tell our J.D. Miles that the suspect is a
Fountaindale. Okay, let's let it go. Let's go. Come
neighbor
on, Natalie.
who walked into the victim's home and started shooting. Police are still searching for that suspect at this hour. Now, as far as the victims, police say 3 adults died on scene and 2 other victims, a 15-year-old girl and a 1-year-old boy, were taken to a local hospital. Sadly, the 1-year-old later died from his injuries. Now, we're still looking to find out the identities of those 4 victims, but some good news. The 15-year-old who was hospitalized earlier this afternoon, they're now listed in stable condition, but police tell us they're still trying to piece together the motive for this terrible shooting.
Who killing the baby?
We're told they're trying to investigate what went on here and why
know.
that suspect could have gone inside this home and shot 4 victims on scene. We talked to some neighbors who live here on Royce Drive. They say they're shocked and shaken up by this incident. They say
Show
they've heard
them.
of shootings in the area.
Show the
but
neighbors.
never something of this magnitude.
But you're cuter than the neighbors.
Especially on edge, knowing that suspect is still on the run.
Yeah, he might be up here. I'll shoot his ass if he come up here. Goddamn, Natalie was fine, or whatever her name was. Okay, it was worth listening to her, seeing her. Shit. Who didn't like the baby, y'all? Goddamn. Like you was like, you that's some personal shit where you just popped the baby. That's some real personal shit. It's like, damn, I gotta shoot the baby. Like, baby, you was part of it too. I'm paying child support. Boom. I don't get it. I don't get it, y'all. But debauchery. Okay, I already showed that. Announcing press for first playoff game in 14-year history. Must be some high school shit. Because I think our finals might be this weekend, too. All right. Damn, Texas. I thought it was rough. Things are rough all over, y'all. Things are rough for everybody. Things are rough for everybody, I guess. I guess everybody in the world is having a tough time. You know, motherfuckers have to assassinate 1-year-olds and shit. Like that is, to kill a baby like that is definitely some kind of fucking killing of passion and shit. That is definitely some kind of killing of passion. I need some weed. Fuck. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's some sticky, icky. It can stay in there. It still smells fresh. It's 3 or 4 months old. Yeah, I need to get some more.
I don't know, but I like this vaping a lot better. This shit is better than, and edibles is way better than smoking. I got the bongs and shit. You know, I can hit this a couple times and watch a movie and take an edible. You know, I'll be like in the next phase like a motherfucker, you know. I be in that movie like, you know, definitely philosopher mode, ready to like, ooh, movie. Oh, and I've said, you know, I'm probably going to go see King Kong Thursday, Friday, maybe Friday. But definitely got to have that IMAX. I got to have all them sounds and shit, y'all. I got to hear all that exploding and shit. You know, every day, like, I guess for me, it's like this every day for anybody or for me. It's like, I feel good every day. You know, I really do. I mean, this shit fucks with me, you know, and I got all this stuff around to help me get balanced and grounded. But it's like I feel good every day. And I hope you do too. That's the main thing to take you higher tonight. It's like I hope you feel good about being you. And that you are, you know, you do you the best. It's like I watched a movie and they talk about all the different, if you could have different doppelgangers and shit, but you would be the best you. You know, if you dig. You would want to see if they are cool as you, because they probably wouldn't be, you know. That's how unique each and every one of us are. They can say that shit, but if they match you up, it's like they need nothing like you. You dig? That's how it really would be. And it's like, how many of you feel good when you wake up in the morning, or do you feel like dread because you got to get up and do some shit because you made a contract? You know, contract is your job or whatever you do. You know, and you've made the contract, so feel good about it. And it's supporting you and giving you your lifestyle. And that's a real thing, is, you know, it's like you accept the lifestyle where you live. You've created that. And so, you know, where you live and what you do and the reflection on you every day is what the effort you put into it. It's pretty much that simple. And, you know, I was talking about capitalism. Well, that's what it is. Capitalism is about the effort you put into what you do. Now, there's 1,000 subcategories that could, you know, sidetrack you. But for the most part, and especially now, I mean, now for workers, this is one of the greatest times in the history of workers. I mean, the amount of bread, yeah, inflation, but I saw gas here. What was it, 283? So, you know, we're up here, we're in the winter blend, which is cheaper gas. And then, you know, 24 hits, we're in election year. So a lot of the inflation is going to go down, especially gas. Gas is one of the easiest ways politicians can affect us because we constantly doing it. And so they're constantly both trying to show you we're helping gas go down. But generally, regular gas was right here today. I saw it at 283. So, you know, again, winter blend and ain't no snow. But like I see some of my friends on here and some of y'all that subscribe to me, and I see that you get it and you're joyful. And you've created a life where you can be joyful. And whatever you find to be joyful, that's wonderful. I can't decide that for anybody. It's what you do. But I look at you and I see you in other adventures, and I'm like, okay, these people are joyful. And I'm glad I'm connected to these people because they're joyful people. And they can find joy and love in their lives. You know, I pay attention to the little things that the people do. And you show it joy and you show love. And that's 1,000 times positive. Okay, witch, I'm gonna use your stuff. That don't mean fucking showing me. I know how you look, bitch. So you don't need to fucking show, but that does show the love and above. Okay, do not send me a picture. Okay, I know what you look like. So don't send me a picture because I'm using your work, because that's some bullshit. The other one, the actress, you too. I don't need to see what the fuck you look like. I know what you bitches look like. So I use your work. That doesn't mean I need to see your goddamn face or picture or likeness. Keep that shit away from me. I already burned that shit. So keep that shit away from me. But that's true. That's true. I just have to give her props. But now give her props. The other one thinks she can come in too. Nah, no more ghost fucking. Come on, get the fuck away from me. Yeah, get the fuck away from me. So, because people make contracts and people become miserable, and that's what they think. But you really don't have to be miserable. It's like even homeless people figure it out. Sometimes, and they don't want any attachments, but it's like they're okay. It's people that can be homeless. They like be okay, and ain't got to can work the system and just be just as free as anybody ever been, and be a million, billion, trillionaire in their own right because they work the system and they can live free. Because once you learn the magic comes. Abundance comes in so many different ways that some people don't understand. Like, abundance to come in one way, they don't even, appreciate when it comes in certain ways. So you accept it because, you have to accept all abundance, not just, the shit you counting on, because that's the problem. You counting on it. Don't count on it. Don't count on it. Put in the work. It comes to you. It's the easiest way I can say it. Yeah, I'm like, my foot is shaking. That's one of my little nervous habits. My foot shaking. I don't even know why, but it kind of keeps me with timing. It's like watching the junior high students, the ones that got to move their foot and shit to keep time. I guess when I get to chopping, that's how I get too. It's just nervous energy. So I'm doing it and I'm feeling this and, still getting it out. But it's just, so many ways to enjoy this reality. And not fall into sorrow. It's like, someone came in and, they had dreadlocks. And, you got to take away the dread. It's just locks. That was something that, the Europeans created. And you see, like, not one time in any of my rap, if I sat there and said, well, you know what? We need to think about white supremacy today. That's what the silly nigga wants you to think about. That's some silly shit. To think that somebody's supreme over you. That's the silliest shit in the world, especially you melanated. We are tied so deep to everything that it's like we're tied to all of it. Space, all of it, the stars, melanin is in all. It's everywhere. So if you have just a speck of melanin in you, you are tied to the universe or whatever this is. It is in you. I mean, this is like the reality. If you understand the reality of quantum and how oxygen and how your body works. I mean, there are so many astonishing things that each and every one of us are. I mean, the way oxygen we transfer, the way muscle memory, and the way we move. I mean, sometimes you can work out without really understanding that you're working out, and you're not maybe get that hour of pushing yourself, but you're busy enough. I mean, one thing I like about the Apple Watch is it tells you stand up. I know it'll go off in a while. It's like stand up, and that's good because that shows we need to be busy. We need to be busy and active. Everybody doesn't have to play pickleball, but busy and active. Around the house, constantly fucking with shit around your house, standing up, not just sitting for 8 hours, sitting and eating, drinking for 8 hours. I watched a dude get off work. He worked for 10 hours. He'd come home, eat all his food in bed, drink a couple beers. It's like, really on your, and then the weekends when he had to work, he would really just sit in bed and get drunk. I mean, his belly was literally like this. Because all he ever did is worked all day, and when he didn't work, he just sat in the bed, ate in the bed, got drunk in the bed. How long did he think he was going to live with that kind of lifestyle when that's all you do? So you work hard all day, and the only thing you think can relax you is just to get drunk, eat and get drunk? Where's your time? Most of his time was work time. The other time, he hated his life so much he had to find a way to destroy himself. That's kind of what it was. He was slowly destroying himself. I don't know. I just like I laugh. Like I almost had to beat that guy up. I got drunk with him and almost had to beat him up. He was my first wife's mother's boyfriend. Got drunk with him and I was about to pound and beat the shit out of him and because I got drunk with him. Let me tell you another story where I did beat up my I was reminded of the story today. So like my mother didn't grow up with her father. And they are Irish, but they are American Indian Irish, basically. And like I guess the way she told the story is they bought a house. So my grandmother and my grandfather bought a house that was on my great grandfather's land. And they had a mortgage and shit. And World War II started, he pretty much booked. He went to World War II, met him a Japanese lady in Chicago, and he left his family. But anyway, so I met the cat one time. We went to Chicago one weekend, met the cat. All right. So I don't know if I was a freshman. I'm not sure if I was a freshman in college or I was a senior. More than likely, I want to say I was a senior. And so I was like, fuck that cat. I was like, fuck that cat. I ain't going to see him. I don't know him. He done hurt my mama. I'm not going to see this motherfucker. So I don't go. So all the people, all my cousins my age come over. My cousin calls me because she's came from the country. And she's like, I know you got some weed over there. You ain't over here. You got some weed. And I'm like, yeah, come on over. I got some weed. And so, one of my guys that came home from college, so dude I went to college with comes over. So my cousin, she comes over and she brought some friends and, that came into town with her. And we're smoking and shit, she's high. And my guy and her kind of was flirting. So her man comes in, he went to Central Michigan. Maybe, I don't even know if she was going to college. But her man was in college. This nigga comes over, sees her sitting with this nigga, and like confronts my cousin in my motherfucking house. I like hit this motherfucker so many times. Like he's still a little salty with me to this day, but I like mopped this college nigga. I was like, no, nigga. I tackled him out in my garage. He landed on one of the cars with me on top of him. I'm beating this motherfucker's ass. She's like, leave me alone, leave me alone. I'm like, nigga, what is wrong with you? You really gonna jack my cousin up in front of me? What's wrong with you? You's a grown nigga. You jacking her up. What's wrong with you? And that was the last time I saw the nigga. I have not. We've talked on Facebook, but I have not. That was the last time I saw him. No, I guess I did see him a little after. They still got married and had children. So, see, they still got married and had children. But I had to beat that nigga up for fucking with my cousin. But that's the whole story with seeing my grandfather. Because I didn't see him. It was like, who is you? Who is you? And like, he didn't make the effort, and I have children I didn't raise, but I made the effort. I made the effort to try to be in their lives, I definitely made the effort. But yeah, I beat that nigga's ass. And I forget, when you forget you beat a nigga's ass, when you forget you done beat a nigga's ass and shit. Because they had a party on New Year's. And I remember they had a party on New Year's and I had a bottle. What is these little bottles? It wasn't. Nah, it was bigger than this, but it'd be little bottles. I had a little bottle of Coke bigger than this. This is like double of this. And I dropped it in the party and shit. And motherfucker be fiending like, God damn, this is like a couple grams in this motherfucker. So I'm walking around and I found this shit. I was like, oh, this is at their house. And they had a laid house. They had a house that had, when you went in, it was the dining room, the living room, and both like pillars right here was fish tanks and shit. And then they had their living room, their dining room. And then upstairs they had a loft outside of their bedrooms. And that's where everybody was kind of getting high and shit. So, that was cool. They end up having 2 children and shit. But, so despite me whooping that nigga's ass, she still married him. So you see how that is, how that goes. She forgave him. She forgave the nigga, And I forget why the nigga's so squirrely with me sometimes. I forget I had to beat his ass. But that's just how it goes. And that nigga can tell you the kind of parties I threw, when it was my birthday. Motherfuckers could tell you. Shit, I used to throw them Scarface parties. Like we had what's called a motherfucking they called them carpenter rooms. So the way the house was, you come up, and when you came up upstairs, it was like a large room, and then you went to the bedroom, and then there was another bedroom, and there was the bathroom and shit. And so they called where we made a little like loft area for the better part, we called that area, it was just like a little loft upstairs, just to chill. And they threw me a surprise birthday party, and I mostly smoke weed in the basement or upstairs, and so I go upstairs, the whole party comes upstairs, and I come out with a fucking plate, and I had maybe 2 ounces, like this much coke, and I just bring it out and start passing it around, and the party's upstairs and shit. So that's a nigga that can verify that shit. That I came out with the bomb. I was like 86. I think it was 86. Yeah. That was the way I used to party. That was my surprise birthday party. I think I turned 24 or 25, and I'm putting that shit on the table. It was like a couple ounces. I chopped that shit up, grinded that shit down. I just brought it out, and I was so fucking high. I know they was taking that shit. That's the thing. I know they was like, yeah, let me make a little pack out of this. But I ain't give a fuck. I had it like that. And that's somebody some people can substantiate. My cousin was at my wedding. She was there. He's like, where's everybody going upstairs for? They getting their geek on. And that is a true story. But yeah, I'm feeling good tonight. I'm higher than a bitch, and that's good. That's really good. Self-reflection and all that. And this is the long nights, and I really love philosophizing and just being part of being into the long night. I mean, think about it. It's been dark since like 4:30 here. You dig? And it ain't gonna get light until what, 7:30? So you add that up. This is the long night. Going into the solstice. The nights are extremely long, and it's like, this is great. I love this time of year. I mean, this is some time to get some deep reflection in. It's a lot of energy. See, they need us. See, this is the trick that they tell you. They try to show the zombie movies and things that are attacking you, but we keep all this going. As much as they make us think we are not important, we keep all this going. Whatever this is, fake, real, God's thing, simulation, they need us. They need us as participants. Without our participation, if everybody just laid down, just think about if everybody like, fuck it, just lay down, don't do shit. Everybody on earth just lay down, you die, just die in that place. See what happens. We don't participate anymore. You'll see the thing come out and start saving people. I'm gonna say that again. If all the people just said, fuck it, I'm gonna die where I sit, I ain't gonna eat no more, I ain't gonna participate, everybody did that, you would see them phantoms come out. We can't let you guys do that. We need you to do what you guys do. Do you understand? They need us. But they want to make us think we ain't important, that we just got to be billionaires. Remember, it ain't good enough to be a millionaire. You got to be a billionaire now. They always want to raise the limit of it. Keep raising it. Okay, that was pretty violent. I'm knocking shit over, like knock the glue over. Where's this other shit? That shit. I'm sorry I'm stopped up. It's broke. I'll throw that away. Oh, well, I'm got to play something because I got to piss. Got to piss and I got to stand up. So where's my go-to? Yeah, he talked about shopping being stabbed. Let's hear some more of that. Okay, I'm gonna show my man Ancestral production while I go piss. So dig him for a minute about Chauvin. I probably played this already, but it's worth hearing again. So give me about 2 minutes.
To each and all. Back again. And you see we have an update today about Eric Chauvin being stabbed. And what we find is that it was not a black person that did it. but it did have to do with the George Floyd case, according to the person that stabbed him, John Tursak, who, to my understanding, is a European man affiliated with the Mexican mafia. What I want to draw attention to about this is, first of all, Mr. Tursak is going to get a lot of respect and appreciation. But what I want to get ahead of is we're going to see in some segments of Black media, we're going to see precisely the people that I've warned you about that are going to downplay him, what he did. They're going to try to flip it and make it seem that he did it only out of selfishness, that he doesn't care about what happens to Black people, that he did it for clout. They're just going to downplay it and completely take away from the man's own words, according to the article here, that he did it because of the racism of Chauvin, and that he did it not only to represent his clique, the Black Hand. That is one of the names for the Mexican Mafia. The Mexican Mafia is not a joke. That's real gangsterism there. But for the Black Hand, and then also in reference to Black Lives Matter. And he did it on Black Friday. So there was a black theme going on there. It was his own symbolism that he had going. But I just want to point out that this is precisely the kind of, if this pans out, this is precisely the kind of white boys I told you about. And when I say white boy, I don't not mean that derogatory. That is a positive term in the culture that I grew up with. I grew up with some very solid white boys that were not down with the racism whatsoever. And if shit ever does hit the fan in this country, they will be integral to seeing to it that racists don't take over. And it's too late. They're outnumbered anyways. But you can't deny that segment of the population, and that takes away from movements for equality. When you hear that, there's no black or brown alliance, that none of that exists, it's not true. There are many Latino people that are very anti-racist, and there are a lot of European people that are very anti-racist. Like I said, I like Antifa. Shout out to Antifa. And they stand on business. When you look at the history of Antifa, so I've seen also in Black media where they downplay Antifa and say Antifa is just there just to agitate and cause trouble, and that all Antifa are agents. It's just all nonsense. There are certain groups, and I'm just saying, if this pans out, Mr. Tursak here shows, he examples what I'm talking about, that there are Europeans that are anti-racist that are steppers, and he proved that. You notice it's not a black person that has gotten Chauvin. You see, you notice that George Zimmerman is still out, hasn't been touched, you see. So what I'm saying, I'm getting ahead of this, and I'm saying we can do nothing but appreciate this man, and that anyone in the media, in the black media, that tries to, and believe me, it's coming. To his credit, Phil at Advise Show sent a shout out to him, and I'm pretty certain he knows that it's not a black person that did it. And then we have to look at it from a prison population. There's different rules and different cultures throughout the prison system, depending on where it's federal, state, etc. But from a prison perspective, the Mexican Mafia just did work for the black community, if you see what I'm saying there. You can't do anything but respect that. That's some work done. This is the kind of thing that scares the racists, the notion that there could be alliances like that. And I don't have contact personally with any people in the Florida prison system, but my understanding from what I've seen from researching it and watching other voices that are familiar with it, the Europeans aren't running anything in the prison system anymore. As far as the inmates are concerned, their population is too small. And it's the Latinos and blacks that have alliances. And that the racism, it's not popping off like that. Florida is when you look at the population statistics there, Florida is a picture of what we can expect in the future, population-wise. The pale racist has a problem in this country and all throughout Europe, globally. And there's nothing that they can do. They can implement a cloning program, which I suspect will be disastrous. You have to believe that they're working on that feverishly now. Designer babies, etc., everything, because they think they're smarter than God. They don't learn the lesson of their own Bible, of their own so-called European Greek history.
Man, that's some powerful shit. So
check out my man, Ancestral Production. You want to get the gist of this and other things. You know, he's an ally. He's a great brother. Puts his foot on the man, you know. Puts his foot on the man's neck. And we don't have a whole lot of people that do that. You know, they want to tell you about what the celebrities is doing. And, you know, it's, yeah, it's funny. Yeah, this is way lighter. Doesn't look lighter, but it's lighter. You know, the way they teach you is you try to come across like you try to hit that wrist. And if you don't hit that wrist, you go across and try to hit his thigh. Try to get them thighs. You try to hit them between their thighs. And, you know, like if you make a slash like this, they teach you to slash right back. They tell you slash, slash. And so it's like you hit them here and you rip back the same way. And it's kind of sword play, but it's like knife plays. You know, it's some knife dudes that cut you. You don't even know you cut. So I was, you know, trying to tell my wife is a very much an expert in diseases and shit, very much so. So, you know, like when I say things like they can give you cancer, she could start breaking down how that's improbable. But we know, you know, the Iceman was telling how he's poisoning people. And a lot of times they say they die of certain things. They probably, you know, it's probably got poisoned, you know, they probably got poisoned. So, like, you know, they did with, what was his name? Jack Ruby. You know, they gave him something. They gave what's his name? They killed Big John. They killed Big John. What's his name? The Teflon Don. They said they gave him some shit. The fucking president in fucking Venezuela. Remember, they gave him some shit. They called it cancer. It was probably a type of poison. That shit where you look in history, they'll poison a motherfucker in a minute. Then say, well, the nigga, you know, had a heart attack. Flower the killer moon. How many of you niggas can carry a fucking hatchet in your pocket? You know, like if you need to do a fire, you got a little hatchet and shit. And it also is a fairly sharp blade. Shank, shank. I am a knife guy. But this one's all the time. I've always liked the Tanto, Damascus, you know. This is handmade. One of a kind. You can buy one like it, but not one exactly like it. And the knife is very personable, you know. And, you know, if you're faced with people that perhaps just have boards or something that's less than a gun, this is keep them niggas off you. And you can say it's not very long. That's true, too. But the thing of any kind of combat, and if they want to take what you have, they got to get close enough to do it. If you dig. And in some instances, you see motherfuckers don't need a gun. This can do it. You know? So you have to make the decision. Do I need to stab him or do I shoot him in his ass? Right? You my opposer when I want my freedom. Remember that. Remember who the opposers are. Who opposes you. You my opposer when I want my freedom. And that's a real thing. Ooh, I drink all my drink instead of taking my pills. Oh, and I don't have nothing to do tomorrow. Spend money and get money. Love enough. Enough for these little pills, not enough for the other one. Yeah, I think I about said all I could say. I think I'm pretty smooth. Hey, Joey, what's happening? Thank you for joining. Oh, let's give Joey a warm welcome. Damn, all the way back. Proper Chocolate Mountain Show welcome. And we know to be up this late. It ain't that too late.
Got to have vision.
And we know that there's only one dance we do on the Galactic Patio. And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Don't touch my truck, and you're here for only one reason. I am here to take everyone higher. Man, I feel good. I've got frustrated with crime. What? Another dude got killed playing hockey? What is this? The fuck is this? What is this? Jimmy John's, Subway, Jersey Mike's. I've heard of all those.
The Minnesota hockey community is coming together to honor.
Damn, another hockey player died? Oh, it's a car accident. Oh, okay. Fuck a car accident. All right. Hockey player died in a car accident. Okay. It ain't even no snow up here, so.
Go.
So, I don't know. That seems like a silly way to go. Damn, this is fucked up. Where is this? Oh, get away, get away. Okay. God damn. Oh, this is fucked up. I'm gonna let them tell it. I am gonna let them tell it.
Minnesota native in New York ending in tragedy. Tonight, officials say that Jackie Elmquist was found in an apartment building's trash compactor, but they don't think that her death is suspicious. Heidi Wigdahl spoke with her family and police in New York.
Jacqueline Elmquist never came home and never showed up for work on Friday. Her family and friends started asking questions. On X, formerly known as Twitter, someone claiming to be Jackie's cousin said that Thursday night, Jackie had left a work party in Manhattan before disappearing. According to her family, the 24-year-old had last been seen getting into a yellow cab at Ketch Steakhouse in Manhattan. In surveillance video obtained by NBC New York, you can see it appears Jackie is unsteady while walking down the sidewalk. The New York City Police Department says on Friday, December 1st, around 2:40 p.m., police responded to a 911 call in Chelsea, less than a mile away from where Jackie was last seen. Officers found Jackie, quote, unconscious and unresponsive in the garbage compactor in the basement of the building. EMS responded and pronounced her dead at the scene. According to the NYPD, a preliminary investigation determined Jackie's injuries were indicative of having fallen down the garbage chute. Jackie's family is currently in New York. Her father told KARE 11 that Jackie was born in White Bear Lake and grew up in South St. Paul. She was now living in Brooklyn. Jackie had recently started working as a recruiting operations specialist for Mission Staffing, an executive search firm. Jackie does not live in the building where she was found, and it's unclear how she got inside, part of the police's investigation. The building is described as a luxury condo complex. While police say they're still investigating, they told KARE 11, quote, no criminality is suspected.
Boy. Somebody hiding something. She's a little girl, but she was drunk, and they're telling you that this chick just fell down the trash compactor. Oh, yes. Man, too white looking. What is the deal? Why is everything so bright on me? No, definitely not that. It's really too freaking bright. I look blue. I look more blue. Oh, that's all right. So that's some bullshit. Somebody killed that girl, and they covering up for somebody. They are covering up for somebody. God damn. Where is this at? Boy, there's some weird motherfuckers, boy. School counselor accused of molesting 13-year-old girl faces judge. Wow. And this is in San Diego. Okay. It's debauchery, so let's hear it. Look at this look in him, like, you know they're going to fuck you up in prison. Let's go.
18-year-old student made his first appearance in court today. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. Connor Chino, who was working for the Vista Unified School District, was arrested last week.
after the girl's mother says she found them together in the backseat of a car.
CBS 8's Steve Price joins us live from the Vista Courthouse with new details. Steve.
And Carlo and Marcelo, we learned a lot of new information in court today, including that the 13-year-old girl attends school at the same campus where Chinov is a counselor, and that apparently they set up their meeting earlier on social media. Here's what else we heard in court today.
We wish to earn a plea of not guilty at this time.
27-year-old Connor Chinov faces 4 felony charges, including 2 counts of committing a lewd and lascivious act on a child under 14.
The victim in this case is a 13-year-old female.
Deputy District Attorney Jessica Stair says it happened November 18th at Guajome Lake Park in Oceanside. The girl's mother, using a tracking app, found her daughter in the back seat of Chinov's car.
When she opened the door, she found that the defendant had his pants down.
Stair says the teen.
God damn, his pants was down. Mama found you with your pants down, nigga. God damn.
The defendant had his pants down.
God damn, defendant.
That the defendant had his pants down.
Stair says the teen admitted kissing Chinov and touching him below the waist. She says Chinov is a counselor at the victim's school and that the two set up the meeting at the park over social media.
You are ordered to remain at all times 100 yards away from her and her home and her work and her vehicle and her school. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Chinov, who also worked as a girls' water polo coach in the North County and as a lifeguard in Carlsbad, is currently in custody. His bail was initially set at $1 million, but his attorney, arguing that Chinov has no previous criminal history, asked for that to be lowered. The deputy district attorney disagreed.
We do believe that this defendant poses a safety risk and are asking the court to keep bail as set.
The judge asked if there are any other alleged victims at this time, and when the deputy district attorney said no, he agreed to lower Chinov's bail to $325,000, but with conditions, including Chinov wearing a GPS tracking monitor, not going on school grounds, and staying at least 15 feet away from anyone.
Can you imagine his parents and shit? They're like, God damn, dude. You couldn't have bought you a hooker? Really? You got to take advantage of somebody you can control when all the people that, you know how many 28-year-old women are in the world? He couldn't get a 28-year-old woman. He got to get her. God damn, boy.
Under 18.
Your pimping ain't, you's a fucked up motherfucker and they gonna fuck you hard in jail. Yeah, you gonna get it. You gonna get it. You better get out and you hope you don't get convicted, but it sounds like you will. Damn. God damn. There's more debauchery, y'all. It's debauchery everywhere. God damn. This is debauchery in South Florida. It's not funny, but it kind of is. But goddamn, but like it's debauchery, y'all. This is debauchery hour. This is the December debauchery hour. Here we go. Let them chicks tell it. These chicks both look kind of good on their new 6 South Florida.
Hialeah, a 13-year-old who confessed to killing his mother, appeared in court for the first time today since the tragedy. Derek Rosa's case has been heard several times, but he was never present for them.
And NBC6 reporter Christian Colon has been following this case for us, and he's joining us now with what happened in court. Hi, Christian.
I'll take my time. Hi there. Yeah, for the first time, Derek Rosa was in the courtroom. He was very calm throughout the hearing. However, on the other hand, his family members...
After listening to all them, I kind of want some salsa right now. I don't know, something about the 3 of them that make me want salsa, but let's go.
Were very emotional. They have been showing up to hearings since this all happened a few weeks ago. Take a look for yourself. This was Derek Rosa sitting in a brown jumpsuit as he faces first-degree murder charges for allegedly killing his mother, Irina Garcia. Today's hearing was all about 2 motions. The first, an emergency motion where defense attorneys want to inspect the crime scene for themselves. We learned they want to measure the apartment where the murder happened. The team's stepfather, the victim's partner, was strongly against this idea, letting attorneys in because he claimed family members were already inside to clean the place down. However, the judge granted the inspection this Thursday and will only allow 3 people inside. State attorneys and police are not allowed.
The order will allow a 3-hour block this Thursday afternoon. There will be police presence outside the front door, will not be entering while you're inspecting the apartment. The persons allowed within the apartment will be 1 attorney, one forensic examiner, one photographer. That's it.
Metro West is housing juveniles as of about the 26th of October, which happens to be the day that Derek is transferred. We do not believe they're equipped right now to do that for him, and we think that they are doing him a disservice.
That second person you heard right there is defense attorney, Rosa's attorney. She was speaking about the second request that they're asking after the first one was done today. They want Rosa moved from the adult facility back to the juvenile facility where he was initially when he was charged only as a juvenile. A hearing, however, has to happen before the judge makes a ruling. That was scheduled for this Friday. We're in Miami. Christian Colon, NBC6 News.
Damn. Okay. You know. All right. That's some debauchery. 13-year-old fucked his mama up. God damn. We don't know why, but this nigga plead guilty. What? Let me see. This is the same nigga, I think. He pleaded guilty.
Not guilty. That's
What? Oh, he pleaded now guilty. Damn. This is. Okay, this was his mama. This is his mama. He killed his mama. His mama's a Cuban that dyed her hair. He killed her. He killed his mama. That's who he killed. So let's hear. What's going on here?
A mom of two is stabbed to death in Florida.
Shank.
Police say her own son is to blame. The words from the 13-year-old on a call to 911 and reaction to it from forensic psychiatrist Dr. Daniel Bober. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Well, this is a pretty grisly crime. A Florida mom who had just given birth 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's some grisly shit. That's some grisly shit, y'all. That is some grisly shit. God damn. This nigga, boy. That's some grisly stuff, y'all. Very grisly. Excuse me.
13-year-old is facing charges.
Damn, they show more pictures of his mama. All right, here goes some of it. All right. Damn, they show where they live. They get into it, y'all. They show everything. The internet is undefeated. Damn, internet. Showing the mama.
For a disturbing crime tonight. Police say he murdered his mother in front of her newborn baby inside their Hialeah apartment. NBC6's Jessica Vallejo joins us live now in Hialeah with what we're now learning about this tragedy.
Hialeah.
Well, Chris, police say this teen confessed to.
Now, I don't know if it's windy, but like, damn, hun, your wig is fucked up. But let's go.
Killing his mother, but many neighbors and classmates say he's quiet, a good student. They're shocked. A Hialeah community stunned after police say this 13-year-old admitted to killing his mother.
I talked to him many times, and I said, love yourself, and he would always say, okay.
His classmate at iMatter Academy wondering why.
He was a really nice guy. He was really quiet. Like, I didn't really think he would do none of that.
Police say the teen stabbed his mother to death while she was sound asleep. The woman murdered 39-year-old Irina Garcia.
This is heartbreaking. I never would have imagined something like this, a 13-year-old child taking his mother's life.
Garcia had just given birth to a baby girl. Detectives say when they entered her apartment at the Amelia Oaks home on West 79th Place and 78th, they found her on the floor next to a crib with her 2-week-old baby inside. The baby was not hurt. The police report states the victim had several stab wounds and that the teen sent pictures of the crime to a friend on social media. A source tells us the teen called police and also said he was afraid he was going to do harm to his sister and to himself.
He did not say why he did this. All he did was call 911 and advise what he did.
I can tell you why he did it. The nigga was jealous of the baby. Take his dumb ass out. You can't kill moms. The nigga did it because he was jealous of the baby. She put two things probably happened. A new man and he's jealous of the baby. So he had two things to be jealous. So the only thing he didn't want to hurt the baby. The man would whoop his ass, so he got the mama. And as you can see, they ain't people with money, you know. He's like they wasted money taking the fucking pictures, but
Neighbors still
goddamn. But that's why he did it. He did it because he was jealous. He was jealous of the baby.
taken back.
I'm surprised, I'm shocked, and I'm angry.
She ghetto as fuck.
Now this teen is facing a...
Okay, the one thing said he already plead guilty to shit. Like, I killed mom. You know, I fucking killed her, you know. Mom had to go. But no, he killed her because he's fucking jealous. He's jealous of the baby.
Need to know, do you think we can help you?
Nigga look older than 13. He looked like he's about 29 or something.
Not guilty. That's the plea of Hialeah.
He need to get married and shit. I'm gonna put new. Do they stand sexy or not? Do they stand sexy? She got a sexy stance. She stands sexy. I like when they stand sexy. Wear dresses and stand sexy, you know? So do y'all see this, that they stand sexy? Like that chick with the messed up hair, she wasn't standing sexy, but they standing sexy. Both of them. Okay. That's a new category. Do they stand sexy? It's a new category. She probably can come through their brown trench coat. She probably come through the brown. I guess so. Oh, that gets some extra work. That gets the... What are we doing? 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 Oh, that always gets me. That always gets me. Oh, James Garrett, what is happening? You're not fucking around. Oh, that always gets me. You know we got to know. You got to have vision. Oh, I'm crying. And I know you will get down with me on the... Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmics. Ooh, and there's only one rule. Don't touch my truck. And I can only take you. I am here to take everybody higher. But before we do, let's look at their standing again. Ooh, I like the way they stand. I like the way you stand. You know, you could have them like Barbie dolls and stand them up and be like, oh, Barbie doll, you stand. I like the way to stand. Look at her. She got some boots on because it's wintertime, but yet it's in Texas, so it's not so, it's in Florida, so it's not really that cold, but yeah, she got on boots. And she just got on regular pumps. But it is like wintertime or late fall, so she got on boots. That was a brown blouse. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the funniest shit. Oh, that just makes me laugh. Oh my goodness. I can't listen to that without cracking up myself. That is so good. It was 74 there today, and they got problems. When it's 74, ain't supposed to be no problems. It was 30 today, 38, 39. You know, I'm winter coat, straight up, winter coat. What is this? This is more debauchery. What is this? One day ago. It's like funny, but it's funny. Oh, goddamn. This is debauchery, y'all. This is debauchery. Okay. Wait. It's okay. Wait. It's debauchery. It's funny to listen to, but like, why? Okay, here we go. Tell us about this shit.
Minneapolis teen who helped a co-worker after a shooting is now out of a job this morning. We first brought you Drew Gardner's story on Wednesday after he gave first aid to one of his co-workers who was shot in the head at a Beech Grove KFC. Now he tells us his general manager has let him go.
Our Chase House sat back down with him to find out why he was punished instead of being rewarded. 17-year-old Drew Gardner won't be working his shift Saturday at this KFC on South Emerson Avenue or anyone after that for that matter. Gardner says he was fired after speaking out about his act of heroism after one of his coworkers was shot while on the job. It was just on Wednesday night when Drew Gardner was all smiles after potentially saving his coworker's life. Now he's sitting on his couch wondering why he no longer...
What did he say?
He's sitting on his couch.
I guess the slide. Greetings. No. Oh, shit. I done moved it. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Nicely on his couch. Let's go.
Wondering why he no longer has a job.
He's wondering why.
I was a bit bummed out because I considered most of those people, they're my friends. But I feel like, I don't know, it just feel like a bit like a betrayal in a sense.
It was at the KFC in Beech Grove where police say Gardner's colleague was shot in the head by a former employee Tuesday. And it wasn't until Thursday afternoon when Gardner's mom drove by the restaurant and saw that it had reopened.
When I went in there,
was she ready to be on TV? This looked fake. Like she got her hair really whipped. God damn, Mom, you was ready.
I did approach her to talk privately in the back to kind of go over some things about what happened. She refused to go in the back. We had to do it in the lobby in front of customers. It did get heated between her and I. Questions were not answered.
It was that exchange between her and the general manager that led Sears to call police.
The officer, after speaking with me and hearing everything that's going on and hearing that I'm Drew's mom and knowing about the shooting that happened.
Looks like she's reading some of it.
He did go inside to retrieve.
See, she's reading. They wrote some of it down so she could read it. She's reading right here.
The paperwork for Drew's work.
You see that? She had something written so she could remember it.
Workman's comp. He came out. He said, unfortunately, she wanted me to communicate to you that your son is no longer needed here. And this is considered trespassing for you.
Although Gardner says he's disappointed that he was let go from his job, he believes he did the right thing.
Like, I feel like a life is worth more than a job. So I'd rather lose my job than have him die.
And at this hour, the KFC remains closed, but for different reasons. An employee here tells me they've been shut down just 24 hours after reopening by the Marion County Health Department for sanitary reasons. They do expect to reopen.
So let's go back. So the mama was a fly girl.
Just on Wednesday night when Drew Gardner.
The mama's a fly girl. Look, mama wore a couple different outfits. She had a jean outfit. Now the mama got both. This is probably the granddaddy. I'm guessing this is her dad, maybe? I don't know. But that's her man right there. Now, I don't know if that's her daddy. Now, he's married. Maybe that's his daddy, too, but I don't know. But look, Mom, this is Mom in her moment. Mom is in her moment. She's like, well, you know, you saw it. But they here and they got the cameras on us. And look at Dad, her boyfriend, her husband. He's like, well, you know, I got to get my fly stuff. So, you know, my favorite Bulls jersey. You know, I love Michael Jordan. And then I got the Christmas hat on. And look at whoever the fuck he is, you know, granddad or something. He's got on his Skechers and shit. He's got on his favorite. God damn, where do you get this shirt from? He probably got this from Cracker Barrel or some shit. Look at his pants. Like, these are sweatpants and his zipper is way, look where his zipper is. His zipper's on his thigh. Okay. So this might be some what is it, Family Dollar pants where you get the zipper on your thigh. And look at these shoes. He done wore these motherfuckers out. They cheap as hell. And look at him. Like he got the lumberjack, you know, no hat to match. Oh, people are funny, y'all. People are funny. People are funny, and you know, they can't have fine threads like me, but I understand. But you know, I guess everybody's pimping is different, you know. Everybody's pimping is different. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's debauchery, though. Debauchery. So he was just supposed to look there like, well, you know, it's fried chicken around and some French fries just came out, so I got a customer. He wasn't supposed to tend to the head wound. You know, he wasn't supposed to tend to it. So if you have a job, so what Kentucky Fried Chicken is, if you work at Kentucky Fried Chicken and a disgruntled employee come in and shoot your coworker in the head, just like back up. Don't do nothing. You got to have vision. Don't help at all. Just like, well, you know, they got messed up, but they just messed up. But the mama got on TV, so she was pretty happy. Mama got on TV, so mama was pretty happy. Like,
Thanks for being with us.
Mama's like, I got on TV, y'all. I got vision. Did y'all see me on TV? I was on TV. Yeah, this counselor, boy, it's some weirdos. It is some weirdos. Well, 2.5 hours. I don't know. She was reading some shit. Cause see, when you're like you just naturally you look away, whatever. Like lying is, I forget. Like lying is looking left. You look right, you're telling the truth. You look left, I forget. I took some classes that showed you could break down niggas was lying. Cause you have certain things like, you can look at me and look at my past. It's like when I'm trying to figure out some shit, I'm looking up, trying to pull it out the ether. Like where is this shit at? Old man, like it's somewhere in the ether. And I had something really important to say, but I fucking forgot it, so I guess it wasn't really important. But Richard Pryor said it best. You better have fun and have plenty of it. And I believe in getting high and getting plenty high. So, and having a good time with that. Well, I think I'm about to go. And remember, sorry does not shine my shoes.